first candidate, Sterling Lacy.
Welcome, Sterling.
Thank you. I am Sterling Lacy, and I am running for Bowie County Judge. Why? Because I believe after 24 years, it's time for new leadership. I also believe that a man who grew up on a cattle farm can bring just as much resource to this office as a dairy farmer did. I've heard the incumbent say that he has run Bowie County for 23 years like a business. Now that could be good, that could be bad. You see, there is and ought to be a world of difference between a business and how it's run and how a government is run. A business is monolithic. It is controlled from the top down. In America, government is supposed to be controlled from the bottom up. A business is not run for the benefit of all the people. A government is. A business is run for the profit of a select few, and a government should not be. A business does not and should not have the power to forcibly take our money, but a county government does. Maybe that's why George Washington wrote, "Government is not reason, it's not eloquence, it is force. Like fire, it's a dangerous servant and a fearful master." That's why old Ben Franklin wrote, "No man's life, liberty, or property is safe as long as the legislature is in session." Make that the city council. Make that the commissioner's court. After about 8 years in office, I think elected officials start feeling a sense of entitlement. That might be why the father of our country, George Washington, would not serve more than 8 years. Recently, I heard our 24-year incumbent county judge tell a crowd of folks, "I made the first payment on the courthouse, and I made the last payment on the courthouse." No, sir. We, the taxpayers, made the first payment on our courthouse, and we, the taxpayers, made the last payment on our courthouse. Earlier this week, someone said, "When I need a doctor, I want one with experience. When I need a plumber, I want one with experience. When I need a county judge, I want one with experience." But experience alone is not the best marker of a good doctor, a good plumber, or a good politician. Ted Kennedy had 40 years' experience as a U.S. Senator, but he fell for every socialist scheme that came down the pike and violated every oath of office he ever took to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And did you notice how the media referred to Ted Kennedy's seat? Who's going to win Ted Kennedy's seat? The people of Massachusetts rose up and declared, "That is not Ted Kennedy's seat. That is our seat to give to whomever we please." What would a Judge Lacy administration look like 4 years from now? Well, I can guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you that Judge Lacy will not have led Bowie County into another billion-dollar boondoggle like the Trans-Texas Corridor approach to building I-69. Texas Department of Transportation officials and our Bowie County judge threw their support behind the Trans-Texas Corridor approach 100%. How dare they promote a plan that would have turned the infrastructure of Texas highways over to be run for the profit of giant corporations, both domestic and foreign. The defenders of the Trans-Texas Corridor approach say, "Oh, that's old news. TxDOT shelved that law 2 years ago." It's been my experience that whatever the government puts on the shelf yesterday, they have a way of bringing it off the shelf tomorrow. How dare TxDOT and Bowie County officials support a law that allowed them to take all the farmland they wanted to take and then lease the excess back to the very farmers they'd taken it from in the first place. Let's forget these land-grabbing schemes. Let's build a traditional Interstate 69 to be run for the benefit of all the people and not for the profit of a few. And while I'm on the subject, Let me say, I also believe that the property being transferred back to us by the Army should also be handled for the benefit of we, the people of Bowie County, rather than for the profit of the few. I'm Sterling Lacy. I'm running for Bowie County Judge, and I'm asking you to vote for me tonight. Thank you.